Bonjour and welcome to another edition of SKS Empire right here at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai in Samut Sakhon, in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, one of the biggest promoters in Thailand, bringing all the best talent from nationwide right here to Omnoi Stadium with the most explosive audience in my mind. So we've got 5 bouts on the card for you this afternoon, and also a new commentator sitting next to me, replacing Ginger Jimmy the vegan Bo. I've got Eleanor Fellows.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. I will not be much of a replacement for Jimmy, but I'll try and fill his shoes the best I can whilst he's away.
Right, thank you for being here. So, our first bout of the afternoon is at 116 pounds. Nati Jaranmung taking on Pet Santong. Then our second bout of the afternoon is Pet Nopadej taking on Pet Porjai at 102 pounds, so very light and fast. Our third bout, our main event is Kunpo. Our third bout, Kunpo taking on Zatar at 128 pounds, and our main event, Lukchang taking on Senwarit at 125 pounds. And then, of course, our last bout of the afternoon, Nasibu taking on Yord IQ at 112 pounds. So very exciting action indeed. Some of the names you would have seen before here on SKS Empire. People like Pet Nopadej and Kunpo. Of course, Pet Porjai fighting here. And, of course, the elusive Yord IQ. So we'll get into the information for our first bout of the afternoon in a second. So here we are. We're seeing our visuals of Nati Choramung, 16 years of age, from Buriram. Now, he's an all-skilled fighter, which means basically Muay Thai, a technician. So you can expect a lot of elusive movement, able to put the whole package together against the very aggressive Pet Sangtong Kagas, 15 years of age. So here we are, the tail of the tape. Nati, 16 years of age, 171 centimetres tall, 116.8 pounds, 40 fights to his name. Pet Sangtong, 15 years of age, 169 centimetres tall, with an official weight of 116.6 pounds, with 30 bouts under his belt. So pretty evenly matched in terms of experience, but this is really about who is the smarter of the two, because Pet Santong is a very aggressive Muay Buok fighter. He'll be very confrontational and be able to trying to put the pressure on Nati. Now, we've seen this a lot before. I've commentated with Eleanor before, and she's watched a lot of these kind of fights where we see a technician taking on a confrontational, aggressive Muay Buok fighter. I would consider you a little bit of a Muay Buok fighter yourself. So what sort of strategies would you employ as a Muay Buok fighter?
You kind of want to take your time, not rush into anything, but you do want to pressure forward on that front foot using your hands, fakes, low kicks, punches, elbows. They're your preferred weapons of choice as a Muay Buok fighter. But, I mean, Muay Thai, it's always difficult to fight against a Muay Thai, a technician who will kick and move, use those angles and just work the ring and really use that range. So I'm excited to see the clash of styles here and who prevails and who comes out on top, because at the end of the day, it's going to be down to these judges and these boys in the ring to who comes out our winner.
Speaking of pressure, I think the pressure will be on Pet Sangtong, because, I mean, he's a last-minute replacement, as you are today.
Yes, thank you.
But
just reminding me that I won't fill the shoes of Jimmy.
Oh, that's all right. He's got a big name to live up to. But Pet Sangtong coming in as a last-minute replacement, but also losing his last fight at Omnoi Stadium on point. So the pressure is on him today. So I think we can expect a lot of forward movement from Petsang Tong to make an impression.
It does say that even though he is a replacement, he is not underprepared for this fight. He is ready for the fight more than ever, so according to what we have in front of us.
So here we are, round one underway. Now typically in these 5-round Muay Thai fights, for those who are just joining us on the SKS Empire YouTube channel stream, these first and second rounds tend to be a little bit typically slower than maybe some of the Muay Thai you might be used to in the entertainment style, where they're 3 rounds. Fighters will tend to take their time and sort of feel out what their opponent has got. So they might test out the clinch a little bit, they might throw out some fakes, some jabs. They won't use their full power because they don't want to give everything away to their opponent. They're just downloading the information.
Yeah, they tend to also save their energy a little bit, maybe not engage in the clinch quite as much as you would see in the later rounds. I mean, it's a 5-round war here at SKS on every fight, every Saturday afternoon, so they know what's in store for them. They're just biding their time, seeing how their opponent reacts, seeing if they move out the way, if they block, if they counter. It is really just the feeling out rounds, like Joe said.
Now, Nat in the red, Nut T, he's a southpaw, so he'll be looking to get on the outside of that lead leg and just punish the front leg of Petsang Tong. And southpaws are quite hard to come by in the world of training-wise. You tend to train with more orthodox fighters than southpaws, so I'm expecting Nut to really just hammer that front leg. Oh, sorry, I mean, Nut is the orthodox fighter and Petsang Tong is the southpaw, so he'll be looking to go for that front leg on the inside and just hammer it as our referee tells them to engage there. Just as we were talking about, tends to be a bit of a slower round in round one. Nice little leg teep there from Nut T, sitting on the back foot, not giving too much away there to Petsang Tong.
Yeah, both fighters just feeling their range here, using that front teep on their leg. It is so frustrating as a fighter when you're trying to edge forward and close that distance, and somebody just keeps teeping that front leg, even when you're sparring, never mind fighting. It is so frustrating. So it's going to be interesting to see how Petsang Tong deals with this, and whether he keeps pressuring forward or changes his style a little bit.
I mean, it's a pretty typical of a Muay Thai to sit on the back foot and draw them in and just use the teep effectively and offensively, not just defensively, because typically in Muay Thai, the push kick is to keep your opponent at bay, but you can see Nut T using it a little bit offensively here, trying to take out the gas tank right in the belly button of Petsang Tong, and it gets annoying. It's like a little mosquito in your ear when you're asleep, and it just... you know, gnawing at you. Those teeps to the midsection do tend to cause you a bit of havoc. So we'll be back in just a second. Make sure to stay tuned for round number 2. Here we are for the second round of action. We'll go and have a look at some of the replays from that first round. Fairly slow, uneventful round. Not too much happening. Both fighters just downloading the information, trying to read what the gaps in their opponent's games. So here we are, Nati in the red, the Fimmer Phenom against the ever-aggressive Petsang Tong in the blue, the ferocious southpaw pressing forward ever so slightly and putting Nat on the back foot. But I think that's where Nat wants to be. As a technician, you tend to draw your opponents into your attacks where you'd like them and keep them at bay. Nice ring control. So bout number 2 just coming up. Pet Nopadej taking on Pet Porjai at 102 pounds. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Nice beautiful rear teep there by Nutty. Exploding overhand left as well.
Yeah, we've seen Pet Sang Tong also firing that left kick there, favourite of a southpaw, and again he did just move out of range there, Nat, so he didn't quite connect, but that is something that you want to see from a southpaw, firing that left kick over and over to wear down the body of your opponent. But I mean, Nat is doing a brilliant job of sitting on the back foot, luring him in, and then countering with his own right kick. Nice hand control there by Nutty. Just mitigating the front jab of Pet Sang Tong, keeping him a distance, using some fakes there, trying to set up the offensive teep. Beautiful right kick there from Pet Sang Tong. The front kick, just flicking it up, not even switching it, offloading the big barrage of hands there to the body. I think he's been watching a bit of Dianata. Oh, big rear hand to the body, again going downstairs, upstairs, going all levels. We'll call him the renovator. Yeah, he's definitely doing a little bit of a dance there. Pet Sang Tong is really stepping up the pace of this fight here in round 2. He's not afraid to go for it a little bit more. I think that Nat is almost a little bit shocked with the pressure so early and the bit more of a flurry of hands from Pet Sang Tong in this second round. We tend to still see a pretty slow start from fighters in round 2, but Pet Sang Tong is honestly, he seems to have faith in his conditioning that he can keep this up 4 or 5 rounds. Well, that's one of those things that plays on your mind as a fighter when you're coming off a recent loss and then coming in as a late addition to the card. You want to make a big statement, especially on a Kiatpetch promotion, the prestigious Kiatpetch promotions. You want to make a statement in front of dear Kiatpetch so you can get on these big promotions like SKS Empire and all the rest of them, so you can become the next big thing in Muay Thai. Big kick there from Nut T and evading the attack of Pet Sang Tong there. Yeah, Pet Sang Tong just falling as he tried to counter back there, and a beautiful left teep from Nat. He is really favouring that left teep just to keep the hands of Pet Sang Tong at bay. And that is the end of round 2. Make sure to stay for more action, and also check out sksboxing.com for all your training needs. We'll be back in just a moment.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy. SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back to SKS Empire in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. Here are some of those explosive replays from round number 2 against Pet Sang Tong and Nut T in the red. big, solid hands from the blue southpaw, really putting the forward pressure on Nati in that second round. A very slow first round, but Petsang Tong coming out of the gates with a bit more aggression, which is what we like to see, and a big chopping elbow over the top there from Nati to set the pace here in the third.
That could have been fatal, that left elbow. I actually did for a moment think that Petsang Tong was going to fall from that, because that was a real dagger. And again, he just threw it again, but Petsang Tong is not letting it phase him. His hands are still quite low, considering that Nat is favouring those daggers of elbows.
He's definitely confident in the aggression and the power of his hands, but will it be enough to take out the technician? We'll see in a little bit. But Nati doing a good job here of nullifying the action from Petsang Tong, just drawing him into where he wants him. But I think if Petsang Tong can keep up this tempo and keep working the body at good range here, he might be able to stop Nati.
These fighters are only 15 and 16 years old, and oh my, this is such a beautiful jumping attempted knee there from Nat, who is firing that right kick, and he takes Petsang Tong off his feet as he steps forward. That is the problem with being the fighter on the front foot, is that the fighter on the back foot can pick you apart and just take that front leg as they please.
Nati swinging and answering to everything that Petsang Tong has here at the moment. Good display of defense there as well, blocking every single attack that Petsang Tong is peppering him with. Not having much to answer with from Petsang Tong. Oh, swing and a miss there from Nati as Petsang Tong applies the forward pressure, pushing Nati against the ropes. But I think that's where the man in red wants to be.
I think you're right, Joe. He's really looking comfortable on that back foot, just firing that right kick. Even in the clinch there, still looking quite comfortable, trying to get the palm of his hand across Petsang Tong's face, but not quite being able to do so.
Oh, big slip and evade there by Petsang Tong, showcasing good head movement there. Not that we don't see a lot of that in Muay Thai. They tend to stand at 50-50 and not use a lot of head movement, but good evasiveness there by Petsang Tong, the aggressor, as he moves forward for the dying seconds of this second round, really pushing the pace, taking the fight to Nati in the red. Oh, a good catch and an answer there by Nati on the back foot, just waiting and baiting the man in blue, the forward aggressor, not having much to answer for.
This is a brilliant matchup and a real clash of styles. What a round! And we'll be back for more action in just a moment.
Ni hao ma, and welcome back to SKS Empire right here at Omnoi Stadium in the heart of Samutsakhon for the beautiful action of 5-round Muay Thai. We're coming into round 4 of our first bout of the afternoon. Nati sitting on that back foot, just drawing Petsang Tong into where he wanted him. Petsang Tong throwing everything but the kitchen sink this afternoon. Really wide hands from the man in blue, just looking to really behead Nati, but not having much to answer for. Nati making him look a little bit silly on that back foot. Great defense, great movement, and great counters from Nati. So coming into the fourth round of action. Big right kick to set things off. Good answer there from Phetsang Thong.
Yeah, Natty looking very comfortable, firing that right kick and then coming straight back to get on that defensive foot again. He's doing a brilliant job of keeping Phetsang Thong at bay. Oh, I thought he was going to sweep him to the canvas there, but Natty managed to stay on his feet and keep his balance in this fourth round.
And not too many low kicks have been thrown throughout this fight. You see the big strategy for Nati is to slap the kicks up onto the arms and taking the punching power out of Phetsang Thong. I think he knows that Phetsang Thong is a heavy puncher and a wide puncher. So if he can build up the lactic acid in those arms, the guard will drop and he can send one over the top. Very smart strategy there by Nati in the red. Oh, nice solid left hand straight through the guard of Nati as Phetsang Thong moves forward with more aggression like the Terminator.
Phetsang Thong is doing a brilliant job of reading the attacks when Nati does decide to attack on that front foot, leaning back and countering, which is absolutely textbook Muay Thai. Oh, he just tried to answer back with a big left hand but didn't quite connect as Nati is keen to throw that right kick and deal with the pressure that Phetsang Thong is putting him under. He is doing an absolutely phenomenal job of just dealing with the hands of our athlete in the blue corner.
Well, Phetsang Thong's looking a little bit desperate here. He's got to be careful and recompose himself because he is getting a little bit desperate with throwing the big wild hands from the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, he is liking those big hooks, Joe, that's for sure. But Nat is doing a brilliant job of evading those and keeping that guard pretty tight when he does come in. Beautiful right elbow there from Nat T. Just sending Phetsang Thong back a little bit, making him not rush in quite so much.
That's why they call him the technical phenom. Oh, beautiful lean back there from Nat going into the next dimension. Sitting on that back foot, just trying to draw Phetsang Thong in, but explodes in and out. Very, very cerebral. And you can see the hands of Phetsang Thong dropping already. The lactic acid is starting to build up in the shoulders of our man in the blue.
Beautiful takedown there from Nat T as Phetsang Thong just fell to the canvas there. Like you say, Joe, his hands are down, and that is a dangerous position you want to be in against Nat T. Given those dagger elbows that we saw in the first and second rounds, I would not be dropping my hands at this point.
That is the end of round 4. What an explosive round. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure you stay tuned for the 5th and final round.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are watching at home from the SKS Empire YouTube, you're joining us for the 5th and final round of the first bout of the afternoon. Nat T in the red taking on Phetsang Thong. 4 rounds of pure aggression from Phetsang Thong on the front foot. The vicious southpaw in the blue trying to snap the head off of Nati, but Nati just mitigating it with back foot style, drawing him in, defense, and then explodes into his own attacks. Just very, very high ring IQ from Nati in the red, an absolute technician.
Yeah, Nati is displaying beautiful all 8 weapons of Muay Thai, but I am particularly impressed with his footwork, his ability to change from attack to defense, and the footwork and the balance that he has. Let's see if he can carry it on for this 5th and final round as our orthodox fighter takes on our southpaw aggressor.
So here we are for the 5th and final round. For those who are watching at home, make sure you join us every single Saturday afternoon right here at Omnoi Stadium. Check us out on SKSboxing.com, the SKS Empire YouTube, Facebook and Instagram for all your Muay Thai needs. Petsangtong in the blue, trying to take the fight to Nati. Nati just sitting back very comfortably, almost like a bit of a lazy man style, but explodes into the attacks.
I think he might know that he has done a phenomenal job in the first 4 rounds leading up to this point. He is looking very confident, very relaxed, whereas Petsangtong's face is looking a little bit more tired, a little bit more exasperated, like he knows he needs to do a little bit more to edge this fight. But Nati is just chipping away. Beautiful kick there. Oh, but he does go down to the canvas via the throw of Petsangtong.
A very big, beautiful throw there, catching the leg in both arms and just dumping Nati to make him look very silly indeed. But Nati still looking unfazed, but trying to check where he can throw off the next attack. But Petsangtong just waving it off there, not even phased by the kicks of Nati. Is there something that the judges, or is there something that the boxers are seeing that we're not seeing? Because Petsangtong sitting on the back foot now, thinking he might have it, because he's starting to protect his points a little bit more and counter. Could this be a little bit more even a piece than the commentators could see?
I mean, speak for yourself, Joe. I think Petsangtong had a really, really big round 3. I think he dominated Nati in that round, so perhaps he does feel that dump at the beginning of this round did just edge it for him. I mean, Nati is not looking like a fighter who believes they have 100% won this bout. He is still edging forward and pressuring forward. He is not celebrating like you would expect to see someone who thinks they've won a 5-round fight.
100%. Here we see both fighters exchanging a bit of Saturday Night Fever, bit of dance move action. Beautiful turn over the hip, full rotation in the kick there for Nati in the dying seconds of this 5th and final round. Good sign of sportsmanship there as both acknowledge what a fight this has been, in front of the promoters, in front of the fans, in front of you at home who get to witness the most high-level fights in the country, in my opinion. Very evenly matched apiece. The team from SKS Empire and Kiatpetch doing a phenomenal job for the world of Muay Thai. And that is the end of the 5th and final round. So we'll go to the man in the middle, our referee, in just a moment, as he collects the scorecards from the referee to see who will be our victor today. Let's see in just a moment, collecting the last scorecards right here. And it goes to Petsangtong.
Wow. Well, it was a brilliant matchup, like you say, Joe, in here on a Saturday afternoon at Omnoi Stadium. It is the highest level 5-round Muay Thai, and Petsangtong fought with tremendous heart today, and he did not give up. His powerful hands obviously did their part for the judges, and Nati maybe just wasn't quite enough today.
Certainly in that 3rd round, where Petsangtong put the pedal to the metal, really taking the body and the gas out of Nati, just working the body so beautifully with the big punches.
Yeah, maybe that takedown in round 5 as well. He just thought after that, I'm comfortable, I've done enough, and there we have it. Celebratory hand raise, looking very pleased with himself and his performance for our opening bout.
So make sure to stay tuned for the next fight. We'll be back in just a moment.
ได้รับชัยชนะไปด้วย
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire right here at Omnoi Stadium in Samutsakhon, Thailand, in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, the best promoter in Thailand. In my opinion, the most even matchups that showcase the best 5-round Muay Thai, the most stylish Muay Thai in Thailand right here, right for you, ladies and gentlemen at home. So make sure to check us out every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time on SKS Empire Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And even if you train Muay Thai, you can check out the SKSboxing.com for all your training needs. Shin guards, gloves, shorts, anklets. We've got it all. So for our second bout of the afternoon, we've got Pet Noppadoj Tawi Salek, who you just saw a second ago. And in just a moment, you are going to see Pet Porjai Bas Tung Khao Luang. So both fighters are around 16, 15 years of age. So a lot of junior talent right here at Omnoi, trying to build up the next generation of superstars in Muay Thai. And this is where they get the best experience. So here is the tail of the tape, 102 pounds, this one for you. Pet Noppadej, 16 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 102 pounds. 60 fights to his name. Pet Porjai, 15 years of age, 165 centimeters tall, the shorter of the two, 102.4 pounds officially at the weigh-in, and 45 fights to his name. So let's get into a little bit about both these gentlemen. So Pet Noppadoj coming off a recent loss at Ratchadamnern by points. However, Pet Porjai, a very technical fighter, lost his last fight via KO. So both fighters, again, with a bit of pressure on them to make a statement here at Omnoi Stadium, coming off recent losses, and that does play on a fighter's mind and make them more hungry, as we see them doing the traditional pre-fight dance, the Waikru Ramway, that pays homage to their teachers and teammates, and also warding off any bad spirits to protect themselves in the ring. Adorned with their headpieces, the traditional Mongkol and the arm bands, the Prajit. So they will go to their corners and get their last minute prayer from their trainers, who will remove the Mongkol, the traditional headpiece. And there's Pet Noppadoj in the red corner, and Pet Porjai, another technician. We love a good technician here in Muay Thai. Very cerebral fighters, very smart, high ring IQ.
Speak for yourself, Joe. I prefer that Muay Boot style for sure. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Pet Noppadoj is going to bring that aggressive style against the Muay Thai style of Pet Porjai. But I don't know, we'll see in this first round, in the feeling out round, who's the aggressor and who's going to be fighting on the back foot in this fight. And here we go, our first round of this second bout here this Saturday afternoon on SKS Empire in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions.
So it looks like a bit of a tale of the blue shorts being southpaws here, a common theme. Perhaps what they've done today is just put all the southpaws in the blue corner.
Maybe they've made it a little bit easier for us to understand. If they just put all the southpaws in blue, it's easier for the commentators to know who's kicking left and who's kicking right.
That's right, I can't even tell my lefts from my rights on my hands here. So thank you to the team for putting them in the right shorts for me.
Yeah, they obviously think us Westerners are not quite there.
So Pet Noppadej on the back foot. But I'm assuming in about round 3 or 4, he'll pick up the pace and try and clinch up with Pet Porjai, take out the distance from the southpaw, who's just swinging in the kicks ever so slightly here, not giving the full volume of power. You don't want to give away too much in the first round to your opponent. But then again, you also want to play the mind game of hurting them in the first round, slapping the kick up and keep them second guessing instead of trying to engage. You want to make them afraid. So it's sort of that mixed bag of not giving away too much, but also playing the mind game with your opponent.
I think it's also difficult as well because in these 5-round fights you do still sometimes see a round 1 KO. So it's knowing when to go for that money shot but knowing when to hold back, and I think it just comes with experience, something that these fighters really do have. I mean, they're 15 and 16 years old with over 40 and 80 bouts, which is just incredible. But I'll be interested to see how Kiatpetch does deal with the height difference. There is a 5 centimeter height difference between these fighters, and as a Muay Thai, you might expect him to relax on the back foot, but as the smaller fighter of the two, I'd be expecting him to small steps and close down that distance.
Well, we did see just about 30 seconds ago he was going for the rear leg of Kiatpetch, trying to puncture the tire, take out the forward movement, and also the kicking power. I think he's expecting with the lengthy and long frame of Kiatpetch that, you know, he's going to be swinging those kicks nice and high to try and take out the punching power of his opponent. So he's going for that rear leg. You can already see a bit of reddening on the rear leg of his opponent in the red. Kiatpetch just shifting very closely, a bit more aggressive than Kiatpetch, and that is the end of round 1. Very slow round, but pretty typical of 5-round Muay Thai. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight. There is our MC champ standing next to Romain, the man behind SKS Empire, the mastermind behind the action here at Omnoi Stadium. So a big shout out to him with our next fight coming up, or our main event as it is. So here are some of the action replays. Big aggressive leg kick there from the blue corner from Kiatpetch, moving forward very aggressively for a technician. Very slow from Kiatpetch, so he might get a bit of a talking to from his corner there. Thought he didn't give too much away in that first round, but I think he's going to have to pick up the pace and be first to the punch in this second round. So we'll see what round 2 brings us. But also, thank you for joining us on the SKS Empire YouTube. Make sure to watch us every Saturday right here at Omnoi Stadium. So round 2 underway right now of our second bout of the afternoon. Kiatpetch in the blue, the southpaw, taking on the tall and lengthy Kiatpetch. Kiatpetch still in defensive mode here as Kiatpetch throws out some fakes, trying to trick him into the snare of Kiatpetch. Oh, a beautiful
Superman
kick.
punch there from Kiatpetch.
Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Good display of balance there. One of those important criterias in Muay Thai.
Kiatpetch just really weighing up his options here to close down that distance. A few little fakes, going for that body kick, but also trying to set up that leg kick as well, I think, as he goes straight into the clinch there, driving his head under the chin of Kiatpetch, which is a beautiful technique from the smaller fighter to really frustrate the taller opponent.
Yeah, good little test out of the clinch. Not giving away too much information there in the second round inside the clinch. Probably just told by the cornerman to test out the clinch, see what Pet Nopodej has, see what he's got in terms of physical strength, but don't give away too much. There it is again, that kick to punch, the Superman overhand. Beautiful work there by Pet Porjai.
Yeah, Pet Porjai was trying to set that up in the first few seconds of the round, throwing that body kick, seeing how Pet Nopodej did react before throwing that Superman punch, which is exactly what me and Joe were talking about in the first 2 rounds. You do want to see how your opponent reacts and how you can work around those reactions to land the perfect attacking shots.
Pet Nopodej still not giving away too much, but as I said, in defensive mode, and then eats one on the outside, tries to give a big head kick, misses. Pet Porjai makes him pay for that mistake and throws out a rear offensive teep to keep him at bay in the distance where he wants him. Pet Porjai's distance management, phenomenal here, just showcasing his experience and his ring IQ, making Pet Nopodej look a little bit concerned here. His poker face doesn't look too strong to me, looking a little bit concerned. Still ever focused and still ever dangerous, but a little bit tentative to engage in aggression with Pet Porjai.
Yeah, for sure. I could not agree more with you there, Joe. I'd like to see Pet Nopodej stepping up a little bit, but it is only round 2. He might be saving his gas tank for the big rounds in 3 and 4, but it's looking like Pet Porjai is pretty dominant in the clinch as we close round 2.
So make sure to join us for round 3. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Here are some of those aggressive action replays from Pet Porjai on the forward hunt for the head of Pet Nopodej. Oh, that swing and a miss, and making Pet Nopodej pay by kicking him in the backside. Bit of a tricky customer in Pet Porjai.
Yeah, whenever Pet Porjai does land that low kick, the way he sets it up, it's like Pet Nopodej just cannot predict it's coming. It is landing every time. And if he carries on doing it, it's going to cause some devastation to the long legs of Pet Nopodej.
So here we are for round number 3, expecting the movement and the pace to pick up from Pet Nopodej. He's going to want to shut down the movement of Pet Porjai as he gets thrown to the canvas by the technician. And coming up, our next bout, Kunpo taking on Zitar at 120 pounds. So that'll be a cracking one to watch. Make sure to stay tuned for that as Pet Nopodej continues his forward march, trying to shut down the beautiful movement in Pet Porjai here in center ring.
Yeah, Pet Nopodej has changed his game plan. He's edging forward, using that left jab to get his distance and engage in a clinch with Pet Porjai, which is not something I expected, but those long stabbing knees look like they might be able to do some damage here as he throws Pet Porjai off Oh, but does not manage to capitalize on that as he is thrown to the canvas himself again.
Just looks like Pet Porjai might be the physically stronger of the two inside the clinch. He's getting the upper hand in terms of positioning, posture, even from side control where it's a fairly contentious position. He's throwing Pet Nopodej off the center, but however, Pet Nopodej is relentless in his pursuit here, using the long, lengthy knees, but gets taken to the ground by Pet Porjai there.
For me, Pet Porjai has not even stepped out of third gear. He is really looking so calm. That poker face, his facial expression has not changed this entire fight. He is blocking every single kick straight away, kick and block, which is exactly how you would expect a southpaw to fight against an orthodox. But even his clinch, those sweeps from the clinch, he makes it look so easy, but I can tell you, they are not.
Oh, big stabbing knee there from Pet Nopodej, but Pet Porjai getting the upper hand with the kick on the end of that exchange. And that's one of those cerebral moves that I'm talking about. When out on the outside of the clinch, you want to kick to end the exchange and get the last point over your opponent, as Pet Nopodej tries to move in with the kick. Nearly gets taken down, but shows his balance like a ballerina here at Omnoi Stadium, and his hip dexterity as he nearly gets his knee taken over his own head.
That was impressive. The flexibility there from Pet Nopodej as he manages to evade the sweep of Pet Porjai. Wow, that was impressive. He is really pressuring forward now. He's bringing the fight to Pet Porjai, and his aggression is shining through as he gets in the clinch and sends a stabbing knee, but Pet Porjai is not wanting to engage as we close the third round here. Stay tuned as we go into another big round in round 4 of this second bout of the afternoon.
Guten Tag and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. We're coming into the 4th round of action for our second bout. Wow, Pet Nopodej really turning it around in the later half of that third round. You can see Pet Porjai getting a strong talking to from his corner. Let's have a look at some of these replays. Big knee there from Pet Porjai, but it was the forward aggression for me. Sure, there were some dramatic dumps, but really, Mr. Pet Nopodej turned on the turbo button and pushed forward with the big stabbing knees that were needed to turn it around, in my opinion. What did you take away from that? You're a Muay Thai fighter. What did you think about that, Eleanor?
I think you are right, Joe. The tables turned in round 3. A pivotal moment for Pet Porjai. He really needs to step it up now, but I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think he has got so much more to give in this 4th round. I feel like he has not even stepped out of third gear. He has got so much more. Everything he does is so effortless at the moment, but let's see if he can deal with the sheer pressure of Pet Porjai in this round, who seems to be wanting to walk forward, walk his opponent down, and send in those big knees, but he is taken to the canvas in the process by Pet Porjai, who is bringing the fight to him this time.
And it could be a battle of the conditioning again. Could Pet Nopodej really turn this around? I mean, we started off the round with a big dramatic dump there from Pet Porjai, more dramatic than a soap opera, but Pet Porjai locks onto the neck with that vice grip as Pet Nopodej sends the stabbing knees through like a misty English morning.
Yeah, Pet Noppadeji just stabbing those knees right through the middle, landing on the solar plex of Pet Porjai. So let's see how many of those he can sustain in this 4th round. Pet Noppadej is not stopping going forward. That Muay Cow lock there, he tried to grab on, but it didn't quite work.
And you could see there Pet Porjai trying to protect his midsection with his left arm, and that's a pretty telltale sign that the gas tank has been depleted, that the midsection is starting to break. Will Rome burn where it stands? Will Pet Noppadej break the technician where he stands with these vicious torpedo knees?
Ooh, I think you are right. Pet Porjai is hurt, in another word for it. He is struggling and surviving in the last half of round 4, but he manages to just sweep his opponent to the ground. A cheeky little kick there as Pet Noppadej does step up from the canvas. I'm not sure the referee clocked that one, but this is now a Muay Cow war with Pet Noppadej stabbing those knees up through the middle and Pet Porjai trying to keep him off, but I'm not sure he can for the last minute.
Even though Pet Porjai is a master of the custodial arts, sweeping his opponents with the floor, but will it be enough to see him through this fight as Pet Noppadej continues to break the foundation where it stands with those big, ferocious knees. Big swing and a miss from that hacking elbow from Pet Noppadej. Bit of a break and a rundown of the clock there from Pet Porjai. Veteran move in the dying seconds of this round. Big swinging elbow from Pet Noppadej.
The corner, the blue corner are going absolutely mental at this moment in time, but Pet Noppadej is really dominating that clinch, locking on those hands and eating away at the core of Pet Porjai, which you can see is bright red, and he is trying to protect that left side.
Like a worm to an apple, eating at the core. That is the end of round 4. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned for the 5th and final round.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
And here we have it going into the 5th and final round. These two fighters have put on a superb display of Muay Thai. Pet Noppadej really turning up the heat and taking the fight to Pet Porjai, our technician of the bout.
So welcome back to those who are just viewing with us to SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions here at Omnoi Stadium in Samutsakhon, Thailand. Here are some of the action replays from that 4th round. Vicious body shots there from Pet Porjai in the blue. But for me, it was the big Spartan knees from Pet Noppadej trying to pierce through the technician and break him where he stands. Will Rome burn? Will it stand where it stands in this round? We shall see in this 5th and final bout. Pet Noppadej getting a stern talking to from his corner. Pet Porjai looking very relaxed with a bit of a female fanfare in his corner as we go into the 5th and final round of action. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you let us know what you think of these fights in the comment section at home. Absolutely riveting stuff I'm nearly breaking the plastic seat that I'm sitting in. Here we are, fifth and final round of action.
Oh, Pepojai's come out swinging with his hands there, blocking and countering with some heavy hands, but let's see if his power and his strength is still there after the stabbing knees of Pepojai, as you're seeing right now. One after another, kick, knee, kick, knee. That is his game plan, and he has executed it beautifully.
Pepojai, in a moment of desperation, in my eyes, really trying to knock out Pet Nopodoj with those body shots. But I think Pet Nopodoj is doing a fantastic job of nullifying this by just breaking him down in the clinch, getting the upper hand in positioning here, and stabbing those knees through.
Yeah, he is definitely looking the stronger fighter in the clinch there. And I'm just not sure Pepojai has the strength to go against such a tall fighter in the clinch and counter those knees every single time.
I think a real way to turn this around is utilize those dumps and the sweeps. Go back to the custodial arts that he was showcasing in round 2 and round 3. He's going to need something dramatic here to really sway the judges' thoughts, in my mind. Even though he's been putting on a big show, sometimes the crowd, the punters, they love to see a good knee battle, and that's what we're seeing right here from Pet Nopodoj. Pepojai on the back foot now, trying to protect his points a little bit. Perhaps he thinks he's got it as Pet Nopodoj marches forward like a Napoleonic army, locking inside the clinch as our referee breaks them apart on the forward munch again. Oh, big right hand over the top, locks on, tries to take the back, doesn't quite get it as our referee breaks them apart again.
The atmosphere in here is going crazy. The corners are going crazy. It is all to play for in this fifth and final round, as each of our fighters in the blue and the red corner think they have done enough to take the win in this bout of the afternoon.
There's more action here than a Bristolian rave right here in center ring as both our fighters showcase their dance move. Much better than a Bristolian rave, in my opinion, anyway.
The referee is calling for some action, though, but neither fighter is wanting to engage, as that is the end of the fifth round of this bout between some beautifully talented fighters. What a matchup on Kiatpetch promotion in collaboration with SKS Empire. Absolutely phenomenal Muay Thai from all angles. Let's see who has come out on top, though, as the referee takes our scorecards from our judges as each fighter. Oh!
And Samur. It is a draw. Very even and a very well-judged fight, in my opinion. I thought it was quite even apiece. Pepojai taking, I would say, round 1, round 2, half of round 3, but Pet Nopodoj coming back in the later half of round 3, round 4, and doing a great job of putting on the pressure in round 5.
Yeah,
I think fairly well scored fight, in my opinion. Very good decision by both referees.
Yeah, I don't envy the referees in this fight. I would not want to be scoring this one. Both fighters, tremendously different styles, completely opposite ends of the spectrum, but both putting on an incredible show, which is what we want at the end of the day. We want to be entertained on a Saturday afternoon at Omnoi Stadium, just on the outskirts of Bangkok, the heart of where Muay Thai is. Bangkok is where you want to be, as these fighters have put on a phenomenal display of Muay Thai, and I do think a draw is a fair result.
And we'll be back in just a moment for our third bout of the afternoon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Omnoi Stadium for SKS Empire Super Fight, collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, some of the best promoters in Thailand, the most evenly matched fights, and that's what we like to see. We'd like to see even keels where both fighters are evenly matched in terms of skill level and technique. So this one, you're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of a battle of the smarty pants, battle of the brains. Both fighters, technical fighters on paper. So I'm looking forward to this one. Our first fighter in the red is Kunpo Ikmungnon, 18-year-old from Phuket, against Sita Chor Chokamnoi from Nakhon Ratchasima in northeastern Thailand. So 18-year-old taking on a 25-year-old in this one. Both technicians and both very experienced, with Kunpo having about 70 fights to his name and Sita with about 170 fights to his name. So about 100 fights more than Kunpo. There's our third man in the ring, one of the best referees in the game. So here we are with the tail of the tape. Kunpo, 18 years of age, 177 centimeters tall, much taller than Zitar, 127.4 pounds with 70 bouts to his record. Zitar, 25 years of age from Nakhon Ratchasima, 163 centimeters tall, 128.2 pounds officially on the record with 170 bouts to his record. Very experienced, and he's coming off a recent win, as well as Kunpo is coming off a recent win as well. So, in my mind, very evenly matched in terms of psychology. So, true testament to the term battle of the brains in this one. You can see, you can see Kunpo with quite a height difference there, quite noticeable in terms of height and range and build. So it'd be interesting to see what strategy he employs here as a technician. I reckon if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, I think he's going to go for big, long, rangy knees. Zitar is going to go for that front leg, try and take out the tree where he stands. Big explosive action coming your way in just a second. What do you think?
I think you are bang on the money, Joe, but I have a feeling Zitar is going to attack the body of our taller fighter in the red corner. I don't think he's going to be able to sustain the body shots. Zitar is looking like a pretty strong opponent, solid legs, solid arms. So let's see. I do think he's going to attack the body and, like you say, attack the leg of our fighter in the red corner.
So here we are in center ring. Kunpo in the red, standing in the southpaw position. Mr. Zitar in the orthodox position.
Our theory of the southpaw in the blue has failed, Joe.
Yeah, they're switching things up on me, Eleanor.
They're messing with us. They're messing with our minds.
They're trying to keep me guessing. Just like Kunpo is trying to keep Zitar guessing here. Big, long kick there from Zitar, which, in my opinion, I don't think that's the strategy that you want to go for against such a strong fighter. You want to take out that front leg, stay on the outside, the left side of that rear leg, try and move around to the left, get outside of the kicking range of a southpaw, especially such a tall one. 177 centimeters. Yeah. That's tall. That's all. I mean, that's like a couple of centimeters taller than me.
Yeah, he is very, very tall in comparison to Zitar, but the main concern of throwing that body kick against such a tall opponent for me anyway is the catch and sweep. Because if your leg is so much higher than your hip, your balance has to be unbelievable to be able to stay up and not get swept off your feet, because it is so easy for the taller opponent to just hoik you up and take you flying to the canvas, which obviously we know is a big score.
Well, I'm glad my missus isn't watching because I'll tell you what, he's tall, dark, and handsome. I might be in trouble myself. But Zitar looking for fakes here, trying to get a read on Kunpol as Kunpol goes for that front leg with the switch kick. Switches it up to the rear, straight up onto the arms. Maybe he thinks Zitar's going to come out banging with the heavy hands in the second round, trying to mitigate some of those heavy hands by slapping the rear kick right up onto the arms. Big rear teep to send Zitar flying across the ring there, really showcasing the length and strength of Kunpol in the red.
Yeah, this fight is starting with a little bit more power than the previous two bouts. Each fighter is taking it slow, but they are putting a little bit more power in their shots, whether that's just the increase in weight as we move up the fight card, or if these fighters are willing to put an end to this fight in the early rounds. That rear teep of Kunpol is really making a problem for Zitar.
That's right, and it's the old hokey pokey, I call it, the hokey pokey teep right in the belly button. The annoying, I was talking about before, that annoying mosquito-esque kind of psychology of that offensive teep poking right into the belly button, and it is very annoying and very uncomfortable. So that is the end of round one. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure to join us for round two.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here are some of the replays from that last round against Kunpol taking on Zitar in the blue. The taller of the two, really poking the shoe straight through with that ferocious teep from the rear end, causing a lot of havoc for Zitar in the blue. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Just like Meatloaf. Here we are in round number two underway here. Expecting Zitar to pick up the pace and do something impressive here. So coming up, our main event next is Luk Chung taking on San Wariat at 125 pounds. So make sure to stay tuned for that explosive action. You can see Kunpol utilizing a bit more lateral movement here, trying to control center ring. Zitar moves in with a lot more desperation and a lot more aggression. Big overhand to lock inside the clinch. Bit of a bang of the heads there, I thought.
Yeah, Zitar just came storming forward there. No thought process as he walked straight in and just locked onto Kunpol. But that rear teep of Kunpol is absolutely phenomenal. It really stabs into the core, but obviously Zitar, he wants to be in the clinch. Let's see if Kunpol can keep him at bay and keep him at the distance he wants him at.
Nice rear teep to annoy Zitar there again. Like to see him utilize it a little bit more. Oh, goes again for the teep. Took the words right out of my mouth again, like a bat out of hell. Oh, big left hook trying to right hook, sorry, he's a southpaw. He's trying to set up that rear teep again.
He's really messing with our brains, all these southpaw matchups, 3 in a row. I'm just not used to it, to be honest. Big right hand there from Zatar as he tries to close down the distance, but Kumpol steps off with a nasty uppercut. I think that rocked Zatar a little bit as well.
Zatar still edging forward with that right kick, but I'm not sure that's the strategy that he needs to employ here. He's got to be first to the punch and just shut down Kumpol. Go for the body, go for the front leg. Don't even think about anything else. Just go straight for that front leg. Even if you have to kick on the outside, go straight for it. He's just utilizing that teep so effectively, like a ruler, keeping a student at bay. A bit of a bully right here inside of the ring. Oh, and a big left knee.
8 count. Zatar takes an 8 count from that big left knee. He is really trying to breathe through that one as he takes his time to engage back in the action. That will have hurt. I think Kumpol has smelled the weakness, and down he goes to the canvas again. And the referee is down with him as he seems to be in a little bit of shock as to what he has just eaten there. That knee. Oh, I would not want to be on the receiving end of a stabbing knee from Kumpol.
Piercing through like a torpedo. That is your winner for the afternoon, Mr. Kumpol, the Goliath, the giant with the ferocious teep, but the southpaw knee taking out Zatar in his tracks in round number 2. So here we are with the replays. There's that big left kick moving around laterally, baiting him. But then Zatar got a bit desperate. He had to move forward and show us something impressive, locking on there, but eats a knee on the way in.
I think Zatar's downfall was just launching forward with both hands out and leaving his body wide open for Kumpol just to step and knee. Ooh, that is not something that I would want to be taking. I don't know about you, Joe, but knees.
That's why it's so important. You've got to set things up. You can't just go and bull rush your way inside the clinch. Set it up with a kick or a teep. And that is all she wrote, folks. He was down for the count 2 times, down and out. Mr. Zatar will be going home. And a showcase of why Thai referees are the best in the world. The golden standard of officiating.
I've never quite seen a referee go down and roly-poly behind a fighter before. That is a new one for me. And there we have Kumpol, our victor in this 3rd bout of the afternoon here at SKS Empire in collaboration with Kiatpetch. Don't go anywhere as our main event is coming to you soon.
Ohio gozaimasu, and welcome to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium in the heart of Samutsa, the best stadium for 5-round Muay Thai, the most technical and stylish Muay Thai. That's what we're all about. SKS style, and even more style. You're joining us for the main event of the afternoon. Myself, Joe Comerford, calling the fights next to Eleanor Fellows, professional fighter and a commentator. So thank you for stepping in for Ginger Jimmy Bow today and joining us. Now, bout number 4, 125 pounds. We've got a Muay Thai fighter taking on a technician. So it really is a battle of the styles today. And you know me, Eleanor, I love a good stylish fight. It's not all about brawling. It's all about picking your shots and picking them well. So I'm sure we will see that with Lukchang Linky Bag taking on Samarit Superlek Muay Thai. So Lukchang Linky Bag, 21 years of age, coming from Royette, who will be shown in just a second as Mr. Pong, our MC, is just calling them into the ring and introducing them for the main event, brought to you by Kiatpetch Promotions in collaboration with SKS Empire Super Fight. Every Saturday afternoon, check us out on the SKS Empire YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Also, if you train a bit of Muay Thai yourself, check out skssboxing.com for all your training needs. Hand wraps, gloves, shin guards, we've got it all. So there you are, Lukchang Linky Bag, 21 years of age from Royette, the Muay Thai phenom, the Muay Thai warrior that he stands, standing at 170 centimeters, and his opponent, Sanwarit Superlek Muay Thai, 20 years of age, coming from Buriram, one of the northeastern provinces in Thailand, one of my favorite provinces. And there's our third man in the ring, looking very handsome. So here's the tail of the tape. Lukchang Linky Bag, 21 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, 125.6 pounds in official weight, 70 fights to his record, taking on Sanwarit from Buriram, 20 years of age, 167 centimeters tall, 126 pounds officially on the scales for this one. 80 fights to his record. Now, interestingly, Sanwarit, the technician, coming off a recent loss at Channel 7 by a KO. Will his chin be able to hold the aggressive knees of Lukchang, or will his body be able to hold the aggressive knees from Lukchang? We will see in just a moment. But both our fighters performing the Y Crew Ramoy right now. The pre-ritual dance, the pre-fight dance before every Muay Thai bout, paying homage to their trainers, their teachers, who put so much work in them to get them to this point for 5 rounds of battle right here at Omnoi Stadium, my favorite stadium for sure. And of course, brought to you by SKS Empire in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, where the most even fights are, in my opinion. So here we are, referee just giving the final instructions, checking that all the safety equipment, brought to you by SKS Empire, is being worn by both fighters. And round 1 underway in just a moment. So we'll see both our fighters getting the gum shields put in and the Mongols removed, which can only be removed by their trainers or the head of the gym, as it carries a lot of superstition and prowess in the world of Muay Thai.
Yes, I'm led to believe that the Moncon does represent the coach's spirit guiding you into war, which is what I am expecting to see in this 4th bout of the afternoon, an all-out war between these fighters and their incredible experience along with it. I think we're in for a bit of a show of 5-round Muay Thai here, Joe.
So Lukchang, the taller of the two, only by a smidgen, 3 centimeters, not too noticeable. San Warit now in the southpaw position. So perhaps they've gone back to giving the southpaws the blue shorts again.
They're just messing with our minds at this point, Joe. I can't keep up, but let's see if we can...
But in this one, southpaw taking on southpaw. So battle of the southpaw action here, left for left, 50-50 apiece. That's what we'd like to see. And this is why Kiatpetch Promotions are the best promoters in Thailand, bringing you the most even matchups. Now, these first round, as we've talked about before, tend to be a lot slower in the 5-round world of Muay Thai. Downloading the information of your opponent, collecting data, throwing out a couple of fakes, but not putting in 100% power.
Yes, I think Luke Chang will definitely be saving his gas tank here for the later rounds. As a Muay Thai fighter, you'll tend to find these fighters in rounds 3 and 4 stepping up their game, locking on and driving those knees in. So I'll be interested to see if he does step it up at all in rounds 1 and 2. But there was a little flurry of action there from him, which was really nice to see. A beautiful technical display of some hands followed by a chopping low kick.
So there we are. Luke Chung employing a nice high guard, just watching San Werit ever so slightly and closely, very focused. Oh, a little bit of a slip, looking like Bambi on ice there. San Werit getting back up to continue the action.
Yes, San Werit was not fazed by that at all, just straight and ready to go again in the first round. Both fighters trying to just feel out with the low kicks, which is a technique that you do tend to see from fighters in the first 2 rounds, just setting up with a few jabs, a few feints, some chopping low kicks, just to take away the power of the kicks to come in the later rounds.
And of course, this is a battle of the lefties, a battle of the southpaws. Eleanor, could you just duck down to the nearest home pro and get me a left-handed screwdriver while we're at it?
I think I might be walking for a while. We are on the outskirts of Bangkok here at Omnoi Stadium this Saturday afternoon. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. It is not something that you see very often with 2 southpaws against one another. So I'm interested to see the techniques they employ and how they deal with this, because I think I'm safe in saying that as a southpaw, they don't really tend to come up against many other southpaws. And there we have it, the end of round 1. Both fighters not particularly doing too much, not giving too much away. So let's see if they can step it up a little bit in round 2. Don't go anywhere.
SKS Empire
Welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Big teeps there from Samwarit, but forward aggression to reply there from his opponent in the red. Rukchang, little elephant or elephant child, really swinging the left trunk from the hip there. Beautiful work from Rukchang as we come into the second round of our main event. Samwarit going for that front leg straight away out of the gates in round 2. Straight into the clinch from Lukchang, trying to pick up the pace here, and a ferocious elbow from Samwarit.
Yeah, both fighters definitely wanting to impress in our main event, but don't go anywhere. Our Bout 5 does have 2 fighters, one Nasabu v Yord IQ at 112 pounds. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss Bout 5 after this main event.
As we are back in center ring, Lukchang just popping the teep out like a ferocious elephant, swinging at the trunk, trying to bait his opponent into the big southpaw power kick.
Yes.
But Samwarit not having it now. Samwarit changing stances now in the orthodox stance, switching up the strategy, perhaps trying to take out the front leg of the baby elephant in Lukchang.
It is so impressive when fighters are able to fight both southpaw and orthodox. That is a really, really high level skill, and something that you tend to see fighters back in the old golden era practicing and employing in their fights. So I'll be impressed if he can manage to switch and keep the power in his kicks, even though he has decided to go back into orthodox.
Here we are back in center ring. Oh, nice big fake to try and test the reaction time there of Samwarit. Big, nice forward march, kick for kick.
Yeah.
This is turning into a bit of a kick battle here in round number 2.
I think Lukchang is definitely the more aggressor of the both fighters. He is tending to edge forward, take a little bit more action to Samwarit, sorry. So I think that he is definitely biding his time to get into those big money rounds where he is wanting to clinch and lock on. You can tell he's almost holding back a little bit as he sends that kick. He wants to follow up, but he's kind of just reminding himself this is the second round of our main event on SKS Empire. Oh! A big shot there from Lukchang.
And I think that is all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure what that was, but we'll go and have a look at the replay in just a second. What a turnaround of events. And this is why you can never expect anything in the art of 8 limbs. Anything can happen. Lukchang, the baby elephant, walking home. The winner for today's main event from that ferocious whatever it was. We'll go and have a look in just a moment at the replay. Whatever that was, it took me by surprise.
It really took me by surprise. I was just saying how Lukchang looks like he's holding back a little bit, but I think I spoke too soon. Oh, and there we have it, a huge kick, and I think it was definitely in the torso that he went down. So let's see what exactly it was that sent him flying.
Well, I think it was a big rear power kick, because it was on the left side. So it would have been the liver shot right underneath the guard, shutting down the liver. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous action.
Ooh, it was a kick. It was the left kick of Lukchang. You did call it, Joe, there. Sent him down, and he is still not up. That must have taken some force out of his core.
That's why they do call me Joe Call It Comerford. So
I've never heard that. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, you heard it here right now at Omnoi Stadium. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure you stay tuned for our 5th and final bout. We'll be back not too long in just a moment. Take it easy, folks. Make sure you join us for the 5th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions right here at Omnoi Stadium for our foreign versus Thai matchup, the fifth and final bout of the afternoon. Nasabu SKS Muay Thai, so representing SKS Muay Thai, taking on Yod IQ Su Black Muay Thai. Nasabu hailing from Reunion Island. He flew directly from his country to participate in today's bout. So big props to him from coming all the way from there to fight Yod IQ, who's from Phetchaburi, one of the southern provinces in Thailand. You know, he's had 25 bouts to his record, taking on Nasabu. A big step up for Nasabu. And of course, as I said, a big shout out to the SKS team for bringing him out here and giving him the opportunity to fight on what I would say a part of the holy trinity of Muay Thai stadiums, Omnoi Stadium, the most action-packed stadium.
It is an absolute privilege and an honour for a foreigner to be able to fight in a traditional Muay Thai stadium such as Omnoi Stadium. It is quite something, and I know every foreigner that has fought here knows how much of a big deal this is. They are coming out of the corner and firing out on all cylinders as each exchange is fast and sharp and explosive from each fighter, Nasabu and Yod IQ, in the opening seconds of this first round.
So here we are, Yod IQ trying to apply the forward pressure here. Nasabu locking up, turning and kneeing, and just pushing his hips against Yod IQ on the ropes to shut him down. This one's scheduled for 5 rounds. Here we are, Nasabu trying to employ some fakes here. Big wild hooks there from Nasabu. Yod IQ just staying calm and collected. Nice hands up the top.
Attempted right elbow from Nasabu as he follows up with a big right hand as well. He is not looking to go all 5 rounds in this fight. I think he is really quite dangerous. I'm not sure Yod IQ will know how to answer back to this fast start here in a 5-round Muay Thai battle.
Oh, nice takedown there from Nasabu. May get a little bit of a warning from the referee as it was a plow taking more than 2 steps, but also you can't really rugby tackle in Muay Thai, so even though it is nice to watch, it's not quite legal. As we are, Nasabu trying to fake his way here in the first round and set up power attacks. Oh, big swinging hands, throwing everything but the kitchen sink, as I like to say often.
Yeah.
But it's kind of what he's doing, he's just throwing everything he's got.
Yeah, Nasabu is looking to land that over dagger position right elbow as he flurries forward against Yod IQ. But Yod IQ is doing a brilliant job of staying composed and trying to step in, marching in tiny little steps against a taller opponent that he has here. But he flies to the canvas as Nasabu just catches and takes him off balance.
And a good body lock there by Yod IQ. Just trying to lock him up and push his hips against him in the ropes and shut down the forward wild action from Nasabu from Reunion Island.
Nasabu looking very strong here in this first round. Strong jab and a strong right hand too as he throws that right kick and follows with that dagger elbow that he's looking for as he flips Yod IQ to the canvas. He is extremely strong in this first round, but let's see if he can keep it up for the remaining rounds.
So
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we are, the man of the hour, Mr. Romain, sitting next to his entourage from SKS Empire, who are bringing you the action here right at Omnoi Stadium. Wow, look at some of those action replays. Fairly high-paced round for a first round in 5-round Muay Thai. Nasabu really trying to beat Mr. Yord IQ to the punch, going for heavy hands and low kicks, and that beautiful high kick on the chin. Surprised that one didn't take out Yord IQ. But here we are for round 2 of this 5-round final match for the afternoon. Nice swinging right kick there from Yord IQ.
Yeah, Yord IQ just firing that right kick up to the body of Nasabu, who seems to be on the back foot in this opening seconds of this second round. Oh, beautiful catch and takedown there from Nasabu as Yord IQ.
Got a bit of a warning from the referee for ploughing there. You can't take more than 2 steps as you grab. You have to fire off a technique as Nasabu takes the back of Yord IQ in that last clinch exchange. Yord IQ moving forward very carefully with the hands held very high and takes him down to the ground. Bit of WWE action there. So here we are, Yord IQ, big left hook to low kick, grabbing on, tossing and turning as Nasabu lands on top in that last exchange. Bit of a wrestling going on here in center ring.
Yeah, this is definitely a fast-paced round 2 here. Nasabu looking quite strong in the clinch as he takes down Yord IQ again to the canvas. But each time he is going down with him, which is not exactly a position you want to be in. Although he is showing tremendous strength and dominance in the clinch, he's also going down with him every single time. So I'm not sure how that will look to the judges.
However, he does tend to land on top, which does get the better position in the clinch, showcasing the judges that he is in more control. Not an ideal thing to go to the ground, but still showcasing dominance. But he's got to be careful with these rugby-style tackles. He may get a bit of a warning in a moment because they're not quite legal in the world of Muay Thai. Beautiful step-in lead elbow as Yord IQ puts on the pressure. Nasabu on the back foot, employing the old 1-2, trying to give him the left-right good night, but not quite sending it through. Jumps up with a hacking elbow over the top. Monkey climbs the tree action, trying to employ the Muay Baran strategy.
Yeah, he's definitely slowed down the pace of the fight, and he's luring Yord IQ into those slicing elbows and long-range hands. Exactly, that big 1-2, that catch and dump. But like you say, Joe, I think he might be taking 2 steps, and the referee is not pleased with him for doing so again for the 3rd time in this bout.
It's like 2 brothers wrestling in the rumpus room here, trying to out-muscle each other here inside the clinch as Nasabu hangs his gloves over the ropes there. Surprised he didn't get a little bit of a warning for that. But fantastic action for round 2. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure to stay for the next one. G'day and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight. Welcome back for the 3rd round of action for our 5th bout of the afternoon. Nasabu in the red taking on Yord IQ. Yord IQ, which means super IQ or the best IQ. Yord meaning the best. So here we are with some of the replays in that third round, going for the legs and dump after dump. Nasapu, the dump truck, really showcasing his muscle and his strength in that second round.
But let's see if he can keep this pace up for the third round. I'm not sure if his gas tank is going to be able to sustain 5 rounds at this pace. Here we have it, the opening round. And I will say, I just learned something new there from you, Joe, that Yord means super. That is why they call you Joe Comerford Muay Thai.
That's right, they call me Joe Comerford as well. And here we are, center ring, fighting for position from side control as Nasapu continues the forward aggression, locking up there against the ropes. I reckon 30 seconds in, we'll start to see both fighters fade a little bit here. It's very hard to keep up this tempo for 5 rounds. Doing a fantastic job over round 1 and round 2 to continue the action, but we'll start to see them slow down.
Ooh.
Big teep to the face there from Nasabu.
That landed beautiful, a beautiful side, a lefty to the face as he tries to just overwhelm Yord IQ with elbows. There is blood coming from the nose of Yord IQ. He has taken some damage as he keeps getting torpedoed to the ground, but Nasapu is not necessarily demonstrating the most technical of displays of Muay Thai, but he really has some power and is a force to be reckoned with. But like you say, I think we're just over 30 seconds into the round and he is breathing considerably heavily.
And there we go. The referee taking Yord IQ to the ground himself. Not just Nasabu, but Yord IQ. Here we are back in center ring. Yord IQ on the forward march. Nasabu on the back foot, looking very open-mouthed here, which tends to mean that the fighter is starting to gas a little bit, trying to breathe very heavily as he locks up on Yord IQ.
I think both fighters are looking a little bit tired. Yord IQ looking for that big left hook, but found himself on the canvas once more with Nasabu landing on top, which, like we say, even though you don't want to be going down with your opponent, it is the preferred position. It shows strength, it shows dominance, that side deep again, but the power is decreasing of Nasabu as he tries to land that right overhand elbow, but it's not quite connecting. That is the shot that he thinks is going to end this fight for him in this third round, but I'm not sure Yord IQ is going to let that happen.
And you could see the referee smiling here at the action with both fighters, just continuing to put everything on the line for the crowds here at Omnoi Stadium. Big hacking elbow over the top as Yord IQ locks Nasabu down in his tracks. Referee peels them apart to continue the action. Yord IQ just continuously marching forward, but not quite throwing anything meaningful at this point.
I agree. He is not letting the strong hands and almost, well, the elbows aren't landing, but they are very dangerous of Nasabu. He is not letting those weapons phase him in the third round. Don't go anywhere. We are back in just a moment with round 4 of the last bout of the afternoon here at SKS Empire.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Right here in the red corner, Nasabu getting a bit of a talking to from his corner to pick up the pace. And here, Mr. Yord IQ smelling some Nam Hom to clear out the brain a bit and bring back the cerebral energy that we were seeing in the first round. Elbow for elbow, Nasabu giving him the old Gordon Ramsay slice and dice, Hell's Kitchen action here in center ring. Here are some of these explosive replays. Big elbows from Nasabu and a lot of dumps as well. Really trying to take Yord IQ to the ground.
This is definitely a fight of heart. It is not necessarily the most technical display of Muay Thai we've seen here this afternoon, but it is one of the most entertaining fights that I think this afternoon's show has to offer. Yord IQ is literally marching, chasing Nasabu around the ring, giving him the rod tang treatment as he eats a teep to the face.
Big side teeps there from Nasabu moment to go, as now they're locked up inside the clinch and our referee peels them apart. Yord IQ on the forward march as Mr. Nasabu just wrangles him to the ground like a boa constrictor, taking the prey in the lockage. Oh, a big leg kick there from Yord IQ trying to continue the forward onslaught, but Nasabu not having any of it, locking up inside the clinch there.
Yord IQ is just continuing to march down and send that big left hook there, but not quite connecting as Nasabu manages to take the back of his opponent. A great display of dominance, especially in the fourth round, being able to do this and just show the judges I am the strongest one in this ring at the moment.
As Yord IQ turns over on the top of that last exchange, so he'll win that last little exchange, gaining the upper hand on top as he chases Nasabu down. Nasabu moving around and just circling in the ring, not allowing Yord IQ to gain any advantage here. Locking up inside the clinch as our ref breaks them apart. Nasabu looking to his corner for instructions. Yord IQ marches forward with big looping hands, pushing Nasabu on the retreat. Nasabu answering back with big hacking elbows over the top and locking up.
Yeah, this is definitely a fight where Nasabu thinks he's done enough to win. He is looking a little bit gassed as Yord IQ locks him up and sends some stabbing knees to the back. Let's see if he can continue in this fourth round as Yord IQ is taking the fight to him. He is showing some phenomenal conditioning. He is not giving Nasabu any time to breathe. As soon as that clinch is broken, he is on him like a duck to water.
Big head kick up the top from Nasabu. Yord IQ continuing the relentless onslaught, locking on like a jet fighter on their target, continuing the turbo action. Yord IQ, the action computer in motion here in center ring as Nasabu doubles up the left kick, continues the old left-right good night down the middle, locking on Yord IQ, nullifies the action with that knee block as our referee breaks them apart to bring them back into center ring in the dying seconds of this third round. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure to stay for the fourth. For the fifth, sorry. Make sure we'll be back for the fifth.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cussing Lambos. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
And welcome back to the final round of the afternoon here at SKS Empire in collaboration with the Kiatpetch Promotions. And what a fight this last fight has been. Both fighters have the biggest hearts I have seen of the afternoon. Both fighters just willing to engage as Yord IQ eats teams to the face, just trying to lock on to Nasabu and wear him down in the final 2 rounds of this fight. What a display of Muay Thai. Nasabu is favouring a big 1-2 and a big slicing elbow, but Yord IQ is not letting it phase him. He is continuing to walk his opponent down.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire for the 5th and final round of our 5th bout of the afternoon. Nasabu from Reunion Island taking on Yord IQ from Thailand. Yord IQ on the forward march, just trying to shut down Nasabu in his tracks, but Nasabu continuing to circle out and just try and keep Yord IQ on the front foot and explode into his attacks where he wants him.
Nasabu is very strong in the clinch when he gets that perfect arm positioning, that palm over the face of Yord IQ, a favourite of mine, I like to add here. But he is doing a brilliant job of fighting on the back foot and teeing off, wearing down the core of Yord IQ as he powers forward with some heavy hand combinations.
Tremendous show of heart here by Yord IQ, who's been eating a lot of damage on the way in as he continues to march forward. But he's raising his hand. He thinks he has it. Does he have it? Is he going to show off his dance move to Nasabu? Nasabu acknowledging. Nasabu thinks he has it as well. The confidence skyrocketing from both fighters. Nasabu moving ever so slightly forward, trying to fake his way into engagement here. Big looping hands there from Yord IQ.
Yeah, both fighters thinking they've done enough here, but still wanting to engage in a little bit of an exchange. A beautiful smile there, a little cheeky smile on the face of Nasabu as he's trying to taunt Yord IQ into the action, but Yord IQ is just dancing around the edge of the ring, showing the judges that he has done enough to win this fight. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure he has. Nasabu's strength and the way he was able to just take him down time after time, it might have won in the fight, in my opinion.
So here we are, acknowledgement from both fighters thinking that they possibly have it in the last minute of the 5th and final round as the referee tells them to engage in center ring. Yord IQ moving ever so slightly, trying to get Nasabu to engage as Nasabu does a tornado kick in the middle of the ring, showcasing his beautiful Taekwondo skills by the seams of it.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before. That is a new one for me. Perhaps the fighters of Reunion Island like to do that if they know they have confidently won a bout. And that is the final bell of this 5th and final round. Let's take it to the judges' scorecards to see how they have scored this bout.
So man in the middle, the referee is just collecting the last minute scorecards of the 5th and final round, adding them together from all three judges. We'll see in a moment who will be the victor. And it goes to Yord IQ, the forward pressure hunter, the head hunter, the boxing computer. That is Yord IQ, your victor today. Constant aggression over 5 rounds. Beautiful work there from our fighter from Thailand. And that wraps things up for us here at SKS Empire. Thank you for joining us today for all the action. 5 beautiful fights, 1 knockout, 2 knockouts actually, sorry. So fight 3 and fight 4, our main event ending in knockouts. Beautiful work and beautiful stylish Muay Thai from all fighters. And thank you for Nasabu SKS Muay Thai coming all the way from Reunion Island to put on a very highly skilled bout and very entertaining bout for all of us here at Omnoi Stadium this afternoon. And make sure to check us out every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time on the SKS YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Also check out sksboxing.com for all your training needs, gloves, shin pads, bags, t-shirts. We have it all. If you want to be the best in Muay Thai, get your SKS Empire gear today. I'm Joe Comerford sitting next to
Eleanor Fellows.
And thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie, cause a Lambo. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo.